This disease is variable, which means that people have different symptoms and different levels of severity.
Okay. Let's try it one more time. Just you can slow down a little bit, speak a little bit more clearly.
My tongue gets myotonia sometimes as well, especially when I'm a little nervous and more conscious about it. So I'm ready.
I became a dolphin trainer at a very young age. I worked for the Navy's Marine Mammal Program. I would walk some exotic animals around the zoo as animal ambassadors. Both my jobs were amazing. It's affecting every muscle in my body, to my face, to my shoulders, to my arms, to my hands, to my fingers, my core, my GI, my bladder, my legs, my ankles, my feet, my calves, every single muscle.
I used to be able to run, I can't do that anymore. For me to walk on even ground is really rough. It's a really high possibility I will fall for sure if I'm on that kind of stuff. And to walk at all is a project for me.
I mean, I know I'm getting weaker because I'm in a wheelchair, and at first I wasn't. For a long time I wasn't in my wheelchair, even though I knew I had muscular dystrophy. I didn't come to the wheelchair till maybe 10 years ago. But like when I was 27, I didn't have a long wheelchair for a long time. You know, so and then finally after a while it was like, okay, it's getting harder and harder to do things, so.
Well, I can't walk for a long distance. I get tired really easily. And a lot of times people will say what because they don't understand what I'm saying because of the slurred speech. And then when I cook for myself, I need help, a lot of help with that. Because I can't carry like pots full of water or, you know, something heavy. I can't pick it up, so. And I do have problems opening lids, like from, you know, a jar of mayo or a jar of peanut butter and jelly.
I have daily frustrations every day, from getting dressed, you know, putting a shirt on and off, doing my zipper, my buttons, any little small thing that you need your tips of your fingers for, I cannot do. And, you know, when my husband's at work and I'm at home by myself with my son, there's a lot of things I can't do.
Most difficult activity is getting in and out of a shower, and also getting dressed. Because sometimes my muscle will stiffen, so it's hard for me to function.
People don't realize when your forearms become weak, your fingers are not dexterous enough. So I can't even take a pen and write anything. At times, I can't even put my signature down because my fingers aren't dexterous enough to be able to do that at times. That's a combination of the strength and myotonia, I would say. It's not just the strength, but both the strength and myotonia combined make it very difficult for me to write at times.
We went to a muscular dystrophy doctor, and they did all these different tests on my face, you know, and told me I've lost here, I have eye weakness, you know, face weakness.
It's such a basic need to communicate, and facial expressions are such a big part of it. And if you don't have facial expressions, I mean, you lose a lot in trying to communicate. The myotonia in the tongue doesn't allow me to speak at times, so it becomes really embarrassing for me that I'm speaking and suddenly there's 10 seconds of silence and the other person doesn't understand what's happening, or, you know, why am I not responding.
People have even said, why is your speech so slurred? So when I talk on the phone or person to person, I get a lot of what, because they can't understand me. I have to put in extra effort to enunciate my words.
not having muscle strength in my upper body and arms impacts a lot of my daily activities, such as just being able to, prepare food for myself. So my partner does a lot of that preparatory work for me, which helps with, my actually moving about and getting things together to make a meal, but it also helps with my dysphagia, difficulty eating and swallowing. I do worry about, is there going to be a point where, my muscles in my throat and esophagus are so weakened that I can't even swallow pudding-like texture. That is scary in terms of progression.
Like when I swallow, I'll start coughing, or sometimes it just gets caught in my throat and I can't get it down.
I get an episode of atrial fibrillation maybe once in 2 to 3 weeks, and the abnormal heart rhythm lasts for 24 to 48 hours. And basically my heart rate goes up pretty high during those times. So I have to be careful to not exert myself, because if my heart rate goes way over, then I have a defibrillator inside which would shock me to bring the heart rhythm back to normal. And getting shocked is not a pleasant feeling at all.
Huge GI problems, which I know goes with the disease. Diarrhea, constipation, stomach cramps. I would stop eating because it hurts so bad to eat. Sometimes I wouldn't want to go out with my girlfriends because we were going out to dinner and I didn't want to have stomach pain or bloating or constipation or running to the bathroom to go diarrhea because I just ate something, regardless of what I ate.
If my dad wanted to go to San Francisco or any long trip, I won't eat from the time we leave until the time we get to our destination. Because not recently, but I did used to have a problem with the controlling my valves, and that can be a problem.
I've had some problems with incontinence, going to the bathroom, peeing my pants. I'm now on a pill that old ladies take for not peeing their pants.
I'm a lot tired more. I try not to take a nap during the day, but if I lay down, pretty much I'm going to pass out just because I don't mean to. I get tired a lot easier.
I can sleep 8 hours or 16 hours and still feel like I did not sleep at all.
So I guess it's just the fatigue gets me next. I don't want to be tired. I want to do things, but I get tired very easily. This will tire me out today, probably. No, I want to do things and I can't.
I don't think I could ever go back to work. I don't think I could ever work an 8-hour day, regardless of the work. Sitting, standing, jumping on boats, the fatigue. It's just the daily fatigue of my muscles and my mind, So I don't think I could ever work an 8-hour day.
And I wish I was a bit cleverer than I am, because that has affected my life, getting a good job or getting good grades. So I wish that I was a bit cleverer.
It does affect personality. It affects certain
brain function and processing.
I would just say, what's the most significant challenge that you're facing,
right
as
now?
It relates to myotonic dystrophy? Yeah.
Oh, really? It would be when do I say no? When is that quality of life? You have quality, you don't have quality. I'm going to more than likely be responsible for ending my life. I'm not going to, prolong it with, being on a device where, I can't eat, I can't talk. That's not quality of life for me. That's the biggest thing for me.